Alright, YouTubers, welcome back to War Thunder with the Angry Nerd. And we are currently looking at the MiG-3-34. Now, the MiG-3-34 is a aircraft that was recently added into the lineup. I had already passed the MiGs on my way up the tree, and so I decided to go back and give the 334 a try. If you had seen my other video on the MiG-315s, you know that I was not very happy with them at all. But I didn't provide much history about the MiGs in that earlier video. So let's go through a brief history and then we'll talk about the MiGs here in War Thunder. The MiG-3 was a modification or an improvement over the MiG-1. Now, the MiG-1 was a Soviet fighter aircraft of World War II that was designed to meet a requirement for a high-altitude fighter issued in 1939. To minimize demand on strategic materials such as aluminum, the aircraft was mostly constructed from steel tubing and wood. Flight testing of the I-200, or the MiG-1, revealed a number of deficiencies, including inadequate visibility when taxiing, poor quality plexiglass in the canopy obstructing the pilot's view, heavy controls, poor longitudinal stability, difficulty in opening the canopy, an excessively hot cockpit, and a dangerous propensity to flick from a simple stall into a spin from which it was almost impossible to recover. However, the Soviet Union was in such need of modern fighters, the I-200 was approved for state trials. The I-200 successfully completed the state trials in August on its first attempt, but the trials revealed and reaffirmed a number of serious defects. A number of improvements were ordered to be made to the aircraft as a result of the deficiencies discovered during the trials. But it was ordered into production on May 31st, 1940, before they could be fixed. These included an additional air intake on the starboard side of the nose for the oil cooler, rubber sheaths around the fuel tanks to make them self-sealing, 2 underwing bomb racks, each capable of carrying 220-pound bombs, a PBP-1 gun sight, and increased ammo for the weapons. Only a few of the recommendations were able to be implemented before production. From the 9th aircraft onwards, a side opening canopy was replaced by a rear sliding canopy that could be jettisoned in flight. On 9 December 1940, the first 100 I-200s were designated as the MiG-1. The improvement process continued throughout the production run, but they weren't immediately implemented on the production line, but were instead incorporated in a 4th prototype put forward for evaluation. This aircraft first flew on 29 October 1940 and was a significant improvement over the I-200 or the MiG-1 then in production. It passed its state acceptance trials and its improvements were incorporated on the production line from the 101st I-200 or MiG-1. This improved version was designated as the MiG-3. The MiG-3 was a Soviet fighter aircraft used during World War II. It was a design improvement over the MiG-1 to remedy the problems that had been found during the MiG-1's development and operations. It replaced the MiG-1 on the production line at Factory Number 1 on 20 December 1940 and was built in large numbers during 1941 before Factory Number 1 was converted to build the Ilyushin Il-2. MiG-3s were delivered to frontline fighter regiments beginning in the spring of 1941 and proved to be a handful for pilots accustomed to the lower performance and docile I-152 and 153 biplanes and the I-16 monoplane. Many fighter regiments were not diligent in training their pilots to handle the MiG, as it flew very differently than the older fighters, and the rapid pace of deliveries aggravated things, so that many units had more MiGs than they had trained pilots to fly them. By the time of Operation Barbarossa, on 1 June 1941, frontline units were equipped with 1,029 MiG-3s, but there were only 494 trained pilots. In contrast to the untrained pilots of the 31st Fighter Regiment, the trained pilots of the 4th Fighter Regiment were able to claim 3 German high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft before the war broke out in 1941. However, high-altitude combat of this sort was to prove uncommon on the Eastern Front, where most air-to-air engagements were at altitudes well below 5,000 meters, or 16,000 feet. At these lower altitudes, the MiG was outclassed by the Bf-109 in all aspects, but also by other modern Soviet fighters like the Yak-1. Furthermore, the shortage of ground attack aircraft in 1941 forced the MiG into that role as well, for which it was totally unsuited. To improve the low-level performance of the MiG-3, one aircraft was tested with the AM-38 engine used by the IL-2 in July 1941. It proved to be 14 kilometers or 8.7 miles per hour faster than the normal MiG at sea level and was more maneuverable as well. It was recommended for production after passing state acceptance trials in September, provided that a cure for the engine's tendency to overheat in an ambient temperature above 16 degrees Celsius or 61 degrees Fahrenheit was found. However, the sole prototype was shot down on 5 October during flight tests, and it was decided not to proceed with the idea, as all the AM-38 engine production was allocated for the IL-2. Ironically, later in the war, about 80 MiG-3s were re-equipped with the AM-38 to make them airworthy again. Many of these were rearmed with 2 20mm Shabak cannons as well, and those became known as the MiG-3-34s, which you see rotating around in front of you at this time. Now, here you can find the MiG-3s in Tier 2, and a triple tab here. The first MiG you'll get is the 315. Now, the MiG-315 is a rank 2 with a battle rating of 1.7, max speed of 390 miles per hour, turn time of 16.7, Comes equipped with two 7.62 millimeter Shavas machine guns and one 12.7 millimeter machine gun. The MiG-315 BK is a rank 2 with a battle rating of 2.3. Max speed is 389 miles per hour. Turn time 16.6 seconds. Comes equipped with two 7.62 millimeter machine guns and three 12.7 millimeters or 50 calibers. They added two extra 50 cals under the wings, one under each wing. And you know, I personally think that these two aircraft, these two MiG-315s, should be Tier 1 aircraft. I did not like them at all. I thought they were underarmed. But this MiG-3-34 is a different story. It can handle itself here in Rank 2 or Tier 2. It's a Rank 2 fighter with a battle rating of 2.7. It has a max speed of 401 miles per hour, a turn time of 20.1 seconds. And it comes equipped with two 20 millimeter Shavak cannons with 200 rounds. So, you know, from utilizing the other two MiGs, I was not really expecting much from the 334, but I have to say, during the process of leveling this aircraft up, I really enjoyed flying this 334. And you know, when you're getting, you know, 5-6 kills or more a game with this thing, you can level it up fairly quickly. So I would have to say that if you did not like the other MiGs like I did and decided not to go back and get this one, start researching it and give it a go. It was quite a surprise for me. And if you hadn't gotten it yet, you know, power through those other two MiGs and get a hold of this one, and you'll have much more fun with this MiG than you will those other two aircraft. Now let's jump into a battle and see what we can do with the MiG-3-34. Okay, let's jump right in with the MiG-3-34. We picked up Desert Coast. Okay, we got 20 millimeter ammunition stealth attack, 500 meter gun targeting, 20 minutes of fuel. Good. Huh. I'm going to head to the left and get out of this cloud cover. That could be good, it could be bad. Why don't I have target labels on these aircraft? Slot in after this SBD. Drop the nose a little extra. See if I can start closing in. And we go. That was about a 500-meter kill right there. We're going after the BB-1. When he's turning around, I was not expecting him to keep coming like that. Missed him again. This is a what not to do. Finally. Alright, little I-15. Yeah. Gotta go up and roll over on you. And missed you. Again. Again. Yes, I see that I need to return to the battlefield. I-16 down low. Well, shoot two. coming back toward the base. Dang it, I just repelled an attacker. Who else is attacking our base? Oh, they're way up there. Reload. I'm having to do all kind of base defense here. Another Su-2 coming in. It should burn up, but it might not. Need cannons. Alright, here we go. Alright, do I need to defend the base against anything else? But saw a little flash or something. Okay. I'm gonna come over this way. More to shoot at. Oh, that's over their base. Alright. Not handled the I-16 yet. Is that a different one? I could have sworn I just blew one out of the sky. People. I'm not flying all the way back over there to defend the base. Yeah, break. Whoa. No. I'm way too far out over here. Dang it. Dang it. Somebody's working me over. Good Lord. Dang it, man. Dang it. Oh, I'm down. Shoot. That was my last, or my only plane. Okay, let's take a little look at these statistics. We ended up with 11 air kills, 1 ground kill, and lost our only plane. So, yeah, that bites. Okay, so here come the results. If I wouldn't have gotten overconfident and got above their airfield and somebody spawned in right above me, took me out, man. But anyway, we destroyed 11 enemy aircraft, 1 ground unit, 2 assists, 10 critical hits. Activity was 100%. We earned 17,854 Silver Lions. Of that, 6,087 were premium bonus. So, let's take a look at the team results. We did finish first place on the team. We did lose the aircraft, however. I could have just stayed alive just a little bit more. So we need to save this. sure I'll get some good footage out of all of those kills to choose from. So there we have it, the MiG-3-34. I mean, the other two MiGs are trash. I'm sorry, that's the only way to say it. They just don't have enough firepower. The MiG-3-34 with the upgraded engine and the 20mm cannon, it's a whole nother animal compared to the other two. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, don't. Please subscribe. It helps a lot. And as always, thanks for watching. Nerd out.